You're a goose. Hello everyone, me again. Long time no see. I wanted to get on here and film something because I feel very guilty for not being around, I guess. I've been going through a lot of stuff, I guess mentally, emotionally. Being a writer is hard, and not just the writing, which is also hard. It's been very difficult for me as a self-published author to balance what I need to do for my writing on top of my day job. I work, full-time, Monday through Friday, and I'm out of the house for like 10 hours a day. It just gets very hard, and I was kind of reaching this point where I was thinking, what's the point? I get home and I'm too tired to write, and then I start stressing about writing, and I just feel like garbage, and that does not help my mental state, I guess. So I was just thinking, what's the point? I have to go to my day job anyway. Why am I even writing? At least when I get home from a 10-hour day, I can sit and play a video game or read or, do literally anything and not feel insanely guilty and ashamed of not writing. But at the end of the day, I didn't choose the writing life. The writing life chose me, so I haven't actually, seriously considered giving up writing. I could never. It's the only thing I really like to do. I'm just gonna have to live with the stress of everything. It's just been really difficult. And on top of that, I seem to have grown out of coffee, which was like one of the perks of being a writer, I guess. It's just every time I make coffee at home, it just tastes like crap, and I hate it no matter what I do with it. I'm still drinking Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts. That stuff still tastes good to me, thank God. But for now, I just am making tea. I tried loose leaf tea for the first time ever a couple of months ago. I ordered a bunch of samplers from, I think they're called like August Uncommon, and hold on, my cat wants back. What was I saying? Oh yeah, August Uncommon, I think they're called. I'll try and link them down below. They sell like sampler packs for like $2.99, and you can reinfuse the teas like at least twice, I think. So the sampler packs are pretty good. Today I just ordered like an actual bigger bag of this flavor that I liked. It's called Jet Black. It has like espresso in it. So, I'm drinking tea, but I got my coffee fix since I can't have, regular coffee because my taste buds are strange. But, so yeah, I've just been drinking tea lately. I'm not trying to crap on any tea drinkers, but I'm sure you hear how dismayed I am. I like tea, but I like it as a sidekick, so I don't like that I can't have coffee. Despite the crap I'm going through, I have been editing consistently. I today finished, I finished marking up chapter 31, which brings me to, I will be on page 221 of 390, so I wanted to finish my reread in January, and that didn't happen, so now the goal is to finish my reread in February and actually get started on my rewrite. I'm trying not to stress it too much because I think that was also a lot of the reason why I had such a rough January, is because not only was I feeling really stressed about never writing because I was so tired all the time, but I was like intensifying the stress because I had convinced myself, you need to finish this by the end of January, and it just wasn't. Maybe if Stoneborn wasn't 390 pages, maybe I would have been able to do it, but it just wasn't something that was possible for me with my work schedule, which is another thing that was stressing me out. I am a very envious person, And I was seeing, you know, all over, you know, authortube and Twitter, Instagram, you know, all the sites we like to hang out at. I see a lot of people who maybe they work from home so they pick their own hours. Maybe they don't work at all because they're fortunate enough to have somebody who makes enough money to support them. Or, you know, whatever the case. But I was seeing a lot of, you know, people who, you know, have the luxury of staying at home and just really writing, just getting good work done on their writing. And I was becoming very envious and almost bitter about it because I would see something and I would be like, man, must be nice to just wake up and write. Like, you know, wake up and make a pot of coffee and, well, you know, before I lost my coffee taste, make a pot of coffee and just, you know, spend the first 4 hours of your day writing. Like, I wish I could do that. I wish I could go to Starbucks and work on my novel. I wish I could hit up the library and work on my novel. But with my current work schedule, I would either have to do it on the weekends, which, no thank you, driving on the weekends stresses me out. And also Starbucks is probably super busy. I wouldn't know because I don't go, because driving stresses me out. So I would have to go like in the evening, and considering I go to bed really early because I wake up at 3 in the morning, it's not going to work out for me. And so I was getting extremely jealous and just not nice. And I don't like myself when I'm envious, but I was just getting really envious because I just kept thinking, like, I wish I could do that. You know, it must be nice. And so that had put me into a very negative headspace. And it's nothing against people that have the ability to stay home and write all day. I'm not bitter because I don't like them. Like, it was all people that I enjoy. Obviously, that's why I follow them on, you know, social media or watch their videos. Like, so it was just a very negative headspace that I was in, on top of being stressed out about work because a lot of stuff has been going on at work and that's not fun. And then I would see also another thing that gets me very envious, and it shouldn't, and I'm of like two minds on this, but like when I'm on Twitter and I see like a traditionally published author who, you know, is celebrating basically in their tweets that, you know, how good their debut novel is doing, or, you know, a traditionally published author who's celebrating their book getting made into a movie or a series or whatever, half of me is like so happy for them because that's the dream, isn't it? To be traditionally published is one thing, but to then maybe be getting a Netflix series is another thing. And in their place, I would also be celebrating all over Twitter, all over everything I had. You know, I would just be like screaming it from the rooftops basically, so understandable, and I'm happy for them. But then there was the other side of me, the one that gets very bitter and envious, and I would see these tweets, you know, posts, whatever, and I would just start to internalize this anger of, that's my dream, that should be me. And it's because I've been feeling very inadequate, I guess, because I'm 30 years old and I know there is no age limit on writing. I know there is no age limit on success, but it especially is hard to see younger people succeed before you. And I know how shitty that sounds, but I feel like it's also kind of a truth bomb. I don't know, I'm being really candid with you right now. It is hard for me to see someone who is younger than me succeed because it makes me feel really shitty about myself. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, except I feel really inadequate when I see other writers celebrating because I'm 30 and I feel like I am running out of time, and I know I'm not. And that's been very hard to come to grips with. I know that there is no age limit. I know there's no cap on your age when you publish. And, you know, I've seen posts and stuff from writers who are, you know, well into their 50s talking about how they just signed their very first contract, you know, it's never too late. And that's great, and it is reassuring, but at the same time I get so stressed because I feel like I'm not doing enough to make my dream come true. And I know that probably sounds very poor me, or I don't know. So I've just been dealing with a lot of stuff. I think January was hard for me because even though it's just another year, it was, you know, the marking of a new decade basically, and also a stern reminder that I'm not getting any younger. I am getting I'm getting much older, you know, and I can see it when I look at pictures of myself now versus pictures of myself then. And I'm not scared of getting old. I think I'm just scared of losing an opportunity, I guess. I don't know. It's just been very difficult, and I've been struggling, and it's something I debated making a video about, because I'm sure these are all things that people can relate to, but I also did not want to come on here with just this empty, shallow, ranty vlog about how I'm a bitter and envious piece of shit and how being an adult is too hard for me. But that's pretty much where I'm at right now. But good news. I'm on 200 something of my draft. I got an idea for a fantasy novel. It's gonna be a lesbian romance fantasy. It started off as science fiction, but I'm not smart enough to write science fiction, and changing it to fantasy just felt better. It felt more organic, I guess, so I'm pretty happy about that. I am calling it, for now, it does not have a title, I am calling it Project Elf Blood, because elf blood, the term, it's elf-blood, is going to mean a lot in this story, and I've just been having a lot of fun. It's really kind of given me a way to escape the stress, I guess. Like, I've been able to just dive into planning and world building. I haven't actually started writing yet, but I've been like coming up with my characters. Like, I've had my love interest, my two main characters. I've had them since I started the science fiction planning. And Natalia Lee, one of my favorite authortubers, excuse me, she's the OG. She's, I think, the first one I actually started watching. I think it was her and then Kate Kavanaugh were the first two that introduced me to, AuthorTube. But Natalia Lee has a recent video where she's talking about making like a series Bible and using Campfire. McLovin, I'm running out of time. Using this technology called Campfire. And I kind of don't want to show you, because I can show you the timeline. I feel like that doesn't spoil anything. But I can make these tiles to do little timeline things. And I'm so sorry, that's all I'm going to show you, because it's really dear to me, I guess. And I have found, in the past at least, when I talk about ideas that I have or plans for stories, I don't actually ever get around to writing them. It's like talking about them in too big of detail. I just lose, I guess, that spark for that specific idea. But so that's what I've been doing. I've been playing around with Campfire in world building, and it's really, really fun. I'm going to try to remember to link Natalia Lee's video, because she really goes into depth about like what you can do, and she also has a like promo code. You can get 20% off. I have not bought it yet. I plan to, I think. So I'm still just playing around with my free trial. But I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure I'm gonna end up buying it. But I'll link to the site, and I'll try to link to Natalia's video, because like I said, she really goes in depth with what you can do with it, and it's, it's a good video. I hear ya. You want it in here, you little wiener. But yeah, so I'm gonna get off of here. Going to try and watch some more videos. I'm really behind on my AuthorTube videos because I like so many people on AuthorTube. So I'm gonna get off of here and do that, and probably plan more for Project Elf Blood, which has been very fun, as I already said. I'm really excited about it, plus the fact that it's a lesbian romance. I'm like, I don't know, I'm really, really in love with my main character's love interest, so oops. But yeah, and I might do a little bit more editing. I don't know, I did 6 pages today. It's, it's going. I only did 2 yesterday, so 6 is freaking great. But yeah, so I'm gonna get off of here. I really don't know the point of this video, just an update, and also maybe if you've been struggling with feelings of envy or inadequacy, you're not alone. Come talk to me and we can go bowling, or whatever. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you in my next video.